Karthik month meditation. Sometimes, when I give this Karthik month meditation, I feel like you're going for some exam and it's the last minute. The exam is at 10 o'clock and you've not prepared sufficiently. So maybe Nirali has prepared or something. You want to find out kya aega hai. Jaldi batao. You can't explain everything. What she can say is, okay, just mug it up. Whatever it is, just mug it up. Aya, tukka, laga, lag gaya, bas maar lena. Something like that. It's so much to speak and we have so little time. Let's start with prayers. This is humbly dedicated to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So, I want to welcome again each one of you for this Karthik month meditation starting from 6th October to 5th November. Okay, day one, yesterday, we actually spoke about three things primarily. Karthik month being the holiest of the months, the importance and the significance of Karthik month, how Skanda Purana and so many other Vedic literatures talk about the glories of Karthik month, which are the different festivals that comes in the month of Karthik. We saw some of those glimpses. What bratas we should follow, right? Rising early in the morning, taking bath, rising early in Brahma Muhurta, taking bath, taking care of Tulsi Maharani, feeding Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, and reducing our own eating and increasing our bhajan and so on and so forth. And of course, offering ghee lamps and the significance of all those. If you miss out, you can see that because that's the basis. So this month we have got 31 days and today is the second day of Karthik. Sometimes we don't get that many days. So we're going to talk about a particular theme which we will elaborate, and there will be 4 weeks, 4 different topics that we will try to cover. But today, if you keep your phone on silent, that will be good. So today, what we will do is, I don't know how much you like this, but I have been doing this for the last 4 or 5 years, and every time I do this, I feel, what else is there? And my insignificant effort, I feel that there is still so much that you can speak. As I said, before the exam, you are just wondering which question may come, what is it that I should focus? Just 1 month, and in that just half an hour, 45 minutes we have to speak about this. But there is so much. So if the intensity is good, if you are not attentive, imagine you have to travel at a speed of some jet or something. You have to be, you have to fasten your seat belts and you should be ready. But you become lax, then it's tough. You will miss out. It's not that I have realized everything, but there is so much the Vedic scriptures are telling, and how this wonderful life, human form of life, which is just going away from us, and so many other pursuits. But Karthik month helps us to refocus, realign, redirect our energy in the right direction. Last year, we were having this theme of remembering the final day as the first day. Imagine now Karthik month is over. What you will do? It's over. Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki jai, Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, keeping that in mind, we were thinking, oh, now it's going to come to an end, it's over. And we did that. Today, I just want to focus on what exactly this is facilitating for us. Because some of us, we don't show up in temple all the days. It's hard also, it's difficult. But at least in Karthik month, we are taking some vow that we will come. And the significance or importance of coming to temple in Karthik is very powerful. What it is doing is, it is facilitating sadhu sangha. You're coming in association of devotees. And there is an enormous power, infinite power. The power is hidden in this association. Because everything is depending on this. This association can bring us back from being derailed to the right track. Very powerful. Otherwise, on our own, it's tough. What exactly happens in association? As I said, I'll go in a very fast speed. Bear with me, because some things I want to explain, but I can't. Some things I want you to know, but I have to rush. And I have to give you the gist in this 45 minutes. But believe me, the more you do, the more you focus, the more you crystallize this knowledge. Because what is the essence? What is it that we are looking for? The more it becomes relevant, the more we feel that inspiration from within to embrace and practice. So, the essence of sadhu sangha, if somebody has to put it nicely, it's given in this verse in 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Kapila Muni is instructing to his mother Devahuti, and he says that Madashraya kathamrishtaha shrinvanti kathayanti cha tapanti vividhastapa naitan madgat chetasa naitan madgata chetasa. Madashraya kathamrishta. Madashraya. What exactly it means to take shelter of Radha Damodar? We've been talking yesterday also, we spoke about it. What does it mean? Madashraya. Madashraya kathamrishtaha. If we are taking shelter of Radha Damodar, that means we will take delight in his pastimes, katha. Madashraya kathamrishta. Our delight presently in so many other things. I don't need to name or list them. You all know where our attraction is. Madashraya kathamrishta. If somebody is taking shelter of me, he should delight in my pastimes, my katha. Madashraya kathamrishta. Shrinvanti kathayanti cha. So, sadhu sangha, what it does is it facilitates. Shrinvanti, we get a chance to hear about Krishna's pastimes. Shrinvanti kathayanti cha. We also get a chance to speak, discuss, ask questions and share. It's not one time, it's not one-sided. Of course, because of paucity of time, it's very difficult to have question and answer, but it facilitates. Madashraya kathamrishta shrinvanti kathayanti cha. Tapanti vividhastapa. So what happens when you hear kathamrishtas, if you take delight in hearing Krishna Katha, what happens? Tapanti vividhastapa. Tapanti vividhastapa naitan. Tapanti vividhastapa. We are like, some days back, there were some pakodas we were making, right? In the oil which is boiling, you put something in basin and this thing and you put it and it is, there is bubbles and it is getting boiled. Like that, we are getting boiled in this material world. Tapanti vividhastapa. Varieties of tapas. There are multiple different miseries which is inflicting on us. Adhyatmik, Adidaivik, Adibhautik. This tormenting, and we are getting boiled. Tapanti vividhastapa naitan. If you hear, you will become free. Naitan. Madgata chetasa. But somebody may question, अरे प्रभु जी आप झूठ बोल रहे हो, हम तो आ रहे हैं इतने साल से. We are coming from such a long time, we are hearing also. But we don't feel that we are getting relieved from the vividhastapa, tapanti vividhastapa. We are not getting relief. The last line is very important. Madgata chetasa. Where is your attention? Madgata chetasa. Never make this as a formality. Never. That is the biggest problem. Madgata chetasa. If you hear attentively, if your attention, if your mind is absorbed, madgata chetasa, madgata chetasa, attention or chetasa is on madgata, then you will experience this. This is the beauty of hearing Krishna Katha, which people often neglect. They come here, but they don't attend. They feel they are more smart. They are so smart that they'll come towards the end and take prasadam and go away. Or they'll offer lamp and go away. They're not seeing the essence of it. Remember this point, and again, like last time I told, bring it back again if I forget it. What exactly happens when you hear Krishna Katha, and how people who miss out are so foolish. I'll talk very grossly from Bhagavatam only. So here is the main thing. Madashraya katham rishta shrinvanti kathayanti cha tapanti vividhastapa naitan madagatta chetasa. Tapanti vividhastapa. One becomes free. It's a fact. Bhagavatam, Prabhupada, they won't lie. Tapanti vividhastapa naitan madagatta chetasa. What exactly happens in Krishna Katha when you hear? The whole thing is when it is not formality and you have the right intent and you have the right sincerity and you are hearing Krishna Katha. Because Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna, there is a sparsha, there is a touch of Krishna that happens. And Krishna's touch purifies, sanctifies our life. There's a beautiful verse which comes, I'm just skipping this translation and we'll go at a little faster speed because I want to drive one very important point which we miss out. So this verse comes, we are reading now 10th chapter of Bhagavatam. This is the next chapter. Krishna is now departing from Hastinapur and he will enter into Dwaraka. Just another maybe few weeks we will have this verse. Sauchaka se dhavalo daro daro pi uru kramasya dharo sona sonima Dadmayamana karakanja sampute yathabja khande kalahamsa utsvanaha sa uchchakase dhavalo daro daro. Visualize this. This is powerful imagery of Bhagavatam. Like yesterday I was telling, visualize when the gopis endeavoring hard to make that Radha Kund with their own this thing, whatever it is, because they didn't want to take bath in Krishna Kund. Now visualize this. Krishna has entered into Dwaraka. Just in the entrance, like just entering. Dwaraka is about to begin. We see, welcome Shrewsbury. It says Dwaraka is about to begin and Krishna has reached there. Sa uchchaka se dhavalo daro daro. What Krishna is doing is, if you want to visualize this and you're not able to visualize, he took out his conch shell and he blew it. So uchchakase, how did he blow? How did he blow that conch shell? Uchchakase, very loudly. So uchchakase dhavalo daro daro, that fat conch shell, daro is conch, he blew it very loudly. So uchchakase dhavalo daro daro pi uru kramasya dharashona sonima. Because that conch, which is white in color, as you can see, it touched the red lips of Krishna. Urukramasya adharo shona sonima. Adhara is lips. Sona sonima. Urukrama is another name of the Lord. Urukramasya adhara sona sonima. Because it came in touch with the lotus feet, lotus mouth of Krishna. Dadmaya mana karakanja sampute. Bhagavatam is karakanja sampute. Not just the lips of Krishna. Krishna is holding it. So Krishna's hands are also kanja, is like lotus. Karakanja sampute. It came in touch with the Krishna's touch. Karakanja sampute. Krishna's touch. Krishna held that console and blew it. Sauchakase. Dadmaya mana karakanja sampute. Then what happened? Yathabja khande kalahamsa utsvana. What happened? It will be mentioned. But what is happening here, what analogy Sutta Goswami is giving is, Yathabja khande kalahamsa utsvana. You see a swan. The swan, sometimes it is going in the lake and it finds a red lotus and it is taking shelter. Yathabja. Abja is lotus. Khande in the leaves or in the petals. Yathabja khande kalahamsa utsvana. What happened was that white conch coming in touch with the lotus lips of Krishna, being held by his lotus hand, became reddened. It became reddened. What is the significance of this? Prabhupada mentions in the purport. Our life, there is no rasa, there is no happiness. Just some glimpse, some promise of happiness, something we are experiencing. very temporary, very, very, very trivial. But when we come in touch with Krishna, Krishna's Sparsha, when that touch of Krishna comes, our life becomes blissful. In the purport, actually there is one line which Prabhupada mentions, by ardent love and devotional service to the Lord, or in other words, by spiritual contact with the Lord, everything becomes spiritually reddened, like the consul in the grip of the Lord. The spiritual contact, that is what is missing in our life. And there's festivals like this, it facilitates. When you come in Sadhu Sangha, it is facilitating that attention which we lack in this Kali Yuga. When we put and we come in touch with Krishna, our life, which is white, means there is no rasa, becomes reddened. So, what happened when the residents of Dwarka, when they heard what happened to them? Tamupashritya ninadam jagad bhaya bhayabaham pratyudayu praja sarva bhartr darshana lalasa. Tamupashritya ninadam. Upashritya, when they heard ninadam, that sound of that consul, actually they could figure it out. I mean, they know that it is Krishna's consul. They were so expert. So they heard, immediately they rushed. Tamupashritya ninadam jagad bhaya bhayabaham pratyudayo praja sarva. Everybody ran. Not like, अरे अरे नहीं, आज तो नहीं होगा, आज मुश्किल है मेरे लिए लाइफ में. कार्तिक मंथ है, आता है, आएगा, आया था, मिस किया, कोई बात नहीं, लास्ट टाइम किया था, ये बार नहीं हुआ, नेक्स्ट टाइम कर लेंगे. No. Krishna comes. They, like yesterday I was telling, all these gopis, they are deha dharma, they are what you call varnashrama dharma, or whatever their society dharma, everything they gave up when Krishna played the flute. Tamupasratya ninadam jagad bhaya bhayabaham. Because this material world is filled with fears. Jagad bhaya bhayabaham. Bhayabaham. It's a fearful, scary place. And there's so much of fear. We all have fear. Who says that he doesn't have fear in this world? All of us, we experience Jagad bhaya bhayabaham. Pratyudayo praja sarva bhartur darshana lalasa. That eagerness, that is what we need to practice. Bhartur darshana lalasa. Lalasa, how do we get it? Even if we get, sometimes that gets lost. Somewhere, this repeated bombardment of material information, which are generally negative. Some politics, some this thing, some Bollywood, some cricket. Life is lost. Bhartur darshana lalasa. That eagerness, pratyudaya. Aaj nahi hua, kal kar lenge. No. If you carefully study Bhagavad Gita, you'll find how many times Krishna is using the word satatam. Satatam kirtayanto mande. Repeatedly. The verse the answer to the first question of the sages of Naimisharanya, when Sutta Goswami is saying, Savai pumsam paro dharma yato bhaktir adhokshaje ahetuki apratihata. Do it continuously. Not that today, then there is a gap. Again after 1 year I show up. मैं आके फेवर कर रहा हूँ. आ गया ना मैं. अहेतुकी apratihata. Pratyudaya praja sarva bhartur darshana lalasa. In the purport, as I said, I have to go in very fast speed. So in the purport, Prabhupada is saying the whole material existence is full of problems. And thus the fear problem is always prominent. Everybody is scared. क्या होगा मेरे को फ्यूचर में, क्या मेरा बच्चे का क्या होगा, टैक्स का क्या होगा, मेरा सेविंग्स नहीं है, some fear or other, जॉब मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा. Whole material existence is full of problems. And thus the fear problem is always prominent. This is due to our association with the illusory energy of the Lord known as Maya or external energy. Yet all fear is vanished as soon as there is the sound of the Lord represented by His holy name. So Prabhupada is writing in the purport that blowing of consul of Krishna, which happened when he was about to enter in Dwarka, is compared to chanting the holy name of the Lord, as it was sounded by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the following 16 words, Prabhupada is writing the full mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We can take advantage of the sounds and be free from all threatening problems of material existence. See, like that conch became reddened, we can take advantage of these sounds and be free from all threatening problems of material existence. I want to, interesting. Those 3 verses I have not put. Okay, I want to share something with you. Generally, when we go through our problems in life, which all of us we go through, right? All different problems, difficulties, challenges, and reversals in life, we find generally this person is responsible, that person is responsible, this situation, that situation, the circumstances were not favorable, and what kind of problems? Maybe the husband is not listening to me, the wife is not listening, we're not able to understand each other, children are not listening. I've got some health problems which I don't know how to take care of. I don't know even, some financial insecurities which I'm seeing looming large. All this, whatever the environment which is going through so many uncertainties. What's my future? I don't see any security. I don't see any safety. I see so many kinds of problems. And we try to find different reasons because our logical, rational mind looks for some causes. What is the cause behind this? Why am I put into this kind of a difficulty? And if something happens, if these problems are taken care, I will focus on Krishna. Otherwise, I have to deal with this. Very interestingly, this perspective, how it needs to change. We can see this when Parikshit Maharaj was going in the city of Hastinapur, and he saw that there was the bull whose 3 legs are cut, and a cow who's being whipped repeatedly by one person who's wearing the robe of a king, a very ugly looking person, dark in complexion, and he's having that whip in his hand and a sword, and he's torturing. And there is a conversation which is happening between this bull and the cow, which will again come in just in another 2-3 chapters. We will read that. There is some secret which is there in this. Big time. Bull represents dharma and cow represents Prithvi, earth, Mother Earth. So dharma or bull is asking cow, who's the cause of your problems? Why are you suffering so much? What's the reason? Why are you suffering? He wanted to hear from cow. Even Parikshit also wanted to hear just once. This man, you dark looking fellow, not you, is wearing the whip and this thing sword in it. He has done it. You see, bleeding profusely. How did cow respond? The question which is asked by bull to cow, asking 25-30, what's the reason of your lamentation? Who's done this? Why are you crying? What's going on? But when he's giving some reasons in his mind, bull, he's saying this verse. It says, Yadvambate bhuri bharavatara kritaavatarasya harer dharitri antarhitasya smarati vishrishta karmani nirvana vilambitani. I have not gotten this verse, but you can see this is in 1st Canto 16th chapter. I'll just say 2-3 verses and I'll bring the conclusion of this. What bull is inferring in this, what bull is thinking. Yadvambate bhurivatara. O Mother Amba, O cow, Mother Cow, te bhuri bharavatara. You have seen so many incarnations on your surface, on your body. I mean, the Lord has descended in so many times. Yadvambate bhuri bharavatara Kritavatarasya harer dharitri. So many avatars, so many incarnations have come and gone. Are you lamenting because the Lord has become antarhitasya smarati? You're remembering that visrishta karmani nirvana vilambitani, because that remembrance of the pastimes of the Lord, karmani nirvana, it can give freedom from karmani nirvana, it can give liberation from the karmani. Vilambitani, immediately, without this thing, and it ensures it definitely, because those incarnations of the Lord who used to come and do this wonderful pastimes on you, they have become antarhitasya, they have disappeared. Are you lamenting? Is that the reason? After telling 2-3 things, he is telling this. And mind you, what Dharitri or what Mother Earth, how she responds. Oh, this is so beautiful actually. She says, Brahmadayo bahutitham yad apanga moksha kamastapah samcharan bhagavad prapanna sasri svavasam aravindavanam vihaya yatpada saubhagam alam bhajate anurakta. See, most people in this world, where do they go? They want some immediate benefits, some prosperity. So they worship all kinds of demigods, including Brahma. Brahma dayo bahutitham yad apanga moksha. They go, they don't ask for moksha, they ask everything else. Good wife, good husband, good money, good children, good education, good promotion, good job, good place, good car. Go on asking. And what do these demigods do? They go to Kamas Tapa Samacharan Bhagavad Prapanna. They go to Lakshmi Devi. They ask for Lakshmi Devi, please give us this. As per this verse, they are asking that Lakshmi Devi, please give us. But where does Lakshmi Devi go? Yesterday I was talking about the Rasa Purnima night, right? The night which Krishna extended it to one night of Brahma and gave that supreme pleasure to those gopis. And how special their position is. Sa Shri Sovasam Aravindavanam Vihaya. That Lakshmi, whose all these demigods are going to fulfill the desires of these people who are taking shelter of them, that Lakshmi is running in the Vana, in the Vrindavan forest, to take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, yet she doesn't get entrance. Sa Shri Sovasam Aravindavanam Vihaya. She goes, but she doesn't find an entry. And that Lord, Yatpada Saubhagam Alam Bhajate Anurakta. Out of great compassion, his impressions were there on me. Yatpada Saubhagam Alam Bhajate Anurakta. All the marks in Lord's lotus feet, my body was decorated with those marks of Lord's lotus feet. I was so fortunate. Yatpada Saubhagam Alam Bhajate Anurakta. I was so fortunate. In the purport, Prabhupada is saying that sometimes, when Lord moved from Vrindavan to Mathura, the Vrindavan Vasis were lamenting. From Mathura to Dwaraka, some Mathura Vasis were lamenting. From Dwaraka to Hastinapur, the Dwaraka Vasis were lamenting. From Hastinapur to Dwaraka, the Hastinapur Vasis, now the Lord is going, they were lamenting. But Mother Earth, it all belongs to her. She knew the Lord was present. And she's saying, now the reason why I am lamenting, why I am suffering, is because my Lord is not present. Mind you, our reason for grief is because we don't have association of the Lord. Not because some problems which we think are, the root cause of that is forgetfulness of Lord. This is what Mother Earth is telling. Because that Lord is gone, I don't have any of her, I don't have the presence of the Lord anymore in my mind. I'm not able to feel, I'm not able to remember. That is why I am lamenting. That is how Bhagavatam puts it so beautifully. So, then what happens? Then, actually, this is very systematically Bhagavatam brings this. When this conversation is happening between the sages of Naimisharanya headed by Saunaka Rishi and Sutta Goswami, the rishis, the sages of Naimisharanya are very careful. They were asking, this Kali who's dressed like a king is killing and torturing this Mother Earth and cow. Why is he doing this? They are asking this question. Actually, all the 6 questions that they asked in the first chapter has been answered by Sutta Goswami. And there were 2-3 questions that they had asked, which Sutta Goswami is answering. And in between, this Saunaka Rishi is asking this question that why Kali is torturing or tormenting this bull and cow. Why is he doing that? But mind you, they are saying also, if it is not related to Krishna, please don't talk about it. Because we are not interested in hearing something which is not related to Krishna. Athavasya padam bhoja makaranda lilam satam kim anner asadalapair ayusho yadasadvyayah. Athavasya padam bhoja makaranda lilam satam. Oh, the makaranda lilam, the lotus, from your lotus mouth, the so nectarian pastimes of Krishna are flowing out. And we are absorbed in that. Athavasya padam bhoja makaranda lilam satam. We're never satiated by hearing this. We want to hear more. I want to know more. And this Leela, you're describing it so wonderfully, O Sutta Goswami. Kim Anyer Asadalapair. We are not interested in hearing something Asadalapair. There is alapa, prajalpa. There is one kind of alapa that we do where we find lot of interest in talking about something which is not related to Krishna. Each one of us. Big time we can describe. But when it comes to Krishna Katha, we find boring. We don't want to come. We don't want to be there. We find, we feel sleepy. But they are saying, Kim Anyer Asadalapair. We are not even interested. If it is not related to Krishna, O Sutta Goswami, please don't talk. Ayuso yadasadbhyaha. Ayuso, this little life we have, little time that we have, that is also going. We don't want to spend our time in that. Second canto, first chapter of Bhagavatam, when Sukadeva Goswami begins to speak, he says, Shotobhyadi Niranjendra Nrinam Santi Sahasrasha Apasyatam Atma Tattva Griheshu Grihamedina. Shotobhyadi Nirajendra. The people in this material world, they have got thousands of topics to hear. And they take a lot of delight in that. Shotobhyadi Nirajendra Nrinam Santi Sahasrasha Apasyatam Atma Tattvam. But they are not able to see Atma Tattva, their own, what is the real self, who that real self is, what is the benefit of that self, that they are not able to see. Apasyatam Atma Tattvam Griheshu Grihamedina. Because they are engrossed, absorbed in this materialistic activities. Then, I told you at the beginning, right, what happens if you attend the Bhagavatam class. If you hear Bhagavatam class, and those who think they are very smart, intelligent and don't attend, and they feel they have more important things to do, what is the difference in this? Very powerful this. Kshudra yusham nrinamanga martyanam ritam ichchatam ihopa hita bhagavan mrityu samitra karmani. Kshudra yusham nrinamanga. Anga is Sutta Goswami. Kshudra yusam. Our ayusas, our lifespans are very small, very little. Who knows how much time we have? Who knows that? Kshudra yusam. Because we are in Kali Yuga. We can't be very proud and we can't be very confident about our ayu. Kshudra yusam nrinamanga martyanam ritam ichchatam. Martyanam. We are all martya. Martya means we are going to die. Death is certain. Nobody can say that, no, I found some formula. I am an exemption. I am exception. No. Martyanam. Ratam. But we are looking for Sat, Ratam Ichchatam. Our desire is we want to remain here forever. But this is not possible. However, those who are attending this, there is something which is happening. So if you look around, Rishikesh Gokhale, Tarun, Krishna, Jitendra, Archana, Sindhupriya, what's her name? Rajeshwari, Nirali, right? We are seeing Jonathan. I don't want to name the initiated names. So we are seeing each other, right? We all are sitting. But there is one person who is also sitting here. Of course, Krishna, we know that. Somebody else. Huh? Prabhupada is sitting, of course. Tatra tishtanti narada yatra gayanti madbhakta. That we know. But there is somebody else. Who's that? Huh? Indra. Nidra. Okay, Nidra. Nidra is also there. Nidra doesn't want to miss. But this verse of Bhagavatam is saying somebody else is sitting. Huh? Narad Muni. Okay, no. Who's that, Yamaraj? Martyanam mritamicchatam iho pahuta bhagavan. Bhagavan mrityu samitra karmani. When we send a WhatsApp message that we have a class, that WhatsApp message also goes to Yamaraj. And he sits there. For some reason, if our file goes to Yamaraj after death, say, this looks like Sunita Pendetti. She was attending the class in Shrewsbury. This is the wrong case. Remove him. So, Mrityu Samitra Karmani, Iho Pahuta Bhagavan. And those who are not here, even if we are sleeping here, Krishna, you have hope. And all of us, we have hope, right? Even if you have slept, he is noticing who all are present here. Your name is written there. Iho Pahuta Bhagavan Mrityu Samitra Karmani. Kshudrayusham nrinamanga martyanam ritamicchatam. Yo pahuta bhagavan mrityu samitra karmani. You won't go into this thing of Yamaraj. So important this is. Nityam bhagavata sevaya. But people miss it. They don't understand and they think, we know what is there. So important. Okay, somebody may say that this is happening after death, right? After I am dying, I am getting this benefit. What if, during our lifetime, what is happening there? There's a very beautiful verse which comes in Bhagavatam, again in this conversation between Vidura and Maitreya Rishi. Ashesha sanklesha samam vidhatte gunanuvada shravanam murare kimba punastat charanaravinda paraga seva ratiratma labdha ashesha sanklesha. Can you count the miseries that you have experienced in your life so far? Or can you tell how many more are going to come? Ashesha sanklesha. Ashesha is unlimited, infinite. Ashesha sanklesha samam vidhatte. Samam vidhatte. Vidhatte. Vidhatte is samam, it's a complete cessation. Ashesha sanklesha samam vidhatte gunanubada shravanam murare. When we hear gunanuvada, the qualities, the activities, the pastimes of the Lord, gunanuvada shravanam murare. When we hear that, ashesha sanklesha samam vidhatte, immediately there is a cessation. Ashesha sanklesha samam vidhatte gunanubada shravanam murare. What to speak of someone who has developed this, somehow that, he's developed this good thing about serving someone in whose heart the Lord is always present. Kimba punastat charanaravinda paraga seva ratiratma labdha. Srila Prabhupada's, right? Like pure devotees. They carry the Lord in their heart. Somebody who's relishing, who's enjoying, describing about the Lord. If you develop a rati, attraction to serve Him, Kimba punastat charanaravinda paraga seva ratiratma labdha. What to speak of Him? So, to sum it up, because I am so scared of time, I've skipped some verses, but I can go back, but it'll again become out of this thing. To sum it up, actually the real benefit of facilitating this association which happens in this month of Karthik is we get a Krishna sparsha, like that white conch shell which became reddened. Our life which is lacking that juice, where the juice is missing, we can experience that juice, that nectar by coming in touch with Krishna sparsha. And as Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport which we saw, that by spiritual contact with the Lord, everything becomes spiritually reddened, like the conch shell in the grip of the Lord. And then we saw that how in this present situation, the Lord's blowing conch shell is compared to the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. How attentive we should be, how attentively we should hear. They say, when do you finish your japa round? Japa, right? We ask these questions usually. Our goal is we somehow want to finish it. There is no sincerity, there is no eagerness in hearing. Here is a call. I am going to call out like a child when it's making noise. The mother has some invisible sensor inside where she knows that this call is something desperate. And she comes. There are some things which the child is making some noise that the mother is not interested in knowing that. So Hare is the energy of the Lord. O Mother, O Radharani. This is her month. And we are chanting, but we don't pay attention. How eagerly we should call out. Prabhupada is saying in the purport, right? Just yet all fear is vanished as soon as there is the sound of the Lord represented by His holy name. as it was sounded by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the following 16 words. All the fear is vanished. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We can take advantage of the sounds and be free from all threatening problems of material existence. And then I spoke about this dharma and this conversation which is happening. He's not finding faults with any other things. This is the root cause of my problem. I'm having so much of pain. I'm not able to stand, being constantly whipped. He's saying the pain I'm experiencing is because of forgetfulness of Krishna, because Krishna is not present in my life. That's the root cause of the problem. There's nothing else. And then we saw how somebody who's hearing Bhagavatam, who is hearing in association, there is one invisible person who's taking a note of who all are present, and he does something after death. And the benefit of hearing Krishna Katha when we are present, even in this material world. And I would like, because we have 4 minutes, you can repeat after me this verse. It's a very nice verse. And if you can memorize, like I told yesterday, even if you chant one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, one verse, Skanda Puran says, it's as good as in Karthik month, by the way. In Karthik month and in temple, it is as good as chanting 18 Puranas. This is not mine, it's Skanda Puranas, this thing. So we'll chant this verse, you can repeat after me. Let me present this so that you can see it also. अशेष संक्लेश समं विधत्ते गुणानुबाधा श्रवणं मुरारे किंबा पुनस्तत् चरणारविन्द पराग सेवारतिरात्मलब्धा अशेष संक्लेश समं विधत्ते गुणानुबाधा श्रवणं मुरारे किंबा पुनस्तत् चरणारविन्द पराग सेवारतिरात्मलब्धा We'll do one more last time. अशेष संक्लेश समं विधत्ते गुणानुबाधा श्रवणं मुरारे किंबा पुनस्तत् चरणारविन्द पराग सेवारतिरात्मलब्धा श्रील प्रभुपाद की राधा दामोदर की, ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे।